Hollywood story is exploring the iconic boulevards, endless shopping, and beautiful galleries. Inspiration is endless in West Hollywood. The neighborhood tells stories of established and emerging artists. You will find fashion and styles from all over the world here. A California sunset is the perfect way to end our day. We will take VIP tickets to this show every night. Our vacation is just getting started. This is our West Hollywood story. Come and find yours.
LA Galaxy belongs on the best surfaces. Whether you're the best player or the best fan, every goal, every tackle, every last-second battle, it all requires precision, performance, and passion. The LA Galaxy trust AstroTurf to provide the best surfaces, because champions deserve the best. AstroTurf, the official synthetic turf and hybrid field building partner of the LA Galaxy.
My dad was a farmer. And when I saw him on a horse, the guy was bigger than life. One of the things that he had a hard time doing was showing the emotion. Maybe it was because the way he was raised, or believing that men provide and they don't struggle. But we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. I want them to know when I'm happy, I want them to know when I'm sad, and I want them to see me working through things. The biggest reward I get from being a dad is watching my kids accomplish a goal, watching them light up. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face. So I make my kids a priority. Whether it's hitting a baseball, a dance rehearsal, you name it, I'm there. They're gonna remember that they grew up loved. Be brave. Be there every day. And allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle. That even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're gonna figure it out together.
Firearms are the #1 cause of death among kids, but we know that healthcare workers can make a huge difference. This is why prevention is absolutely critical. It starts with listening to the community, leaning in on those conversations to better inform what is the approach that you want to take. You are the champions for change. You can be the catalyst for integrating firearm injury prevention strategies into your practice and really benefiting your community. Let's agree to agree that we all have a role to play in ending this crisis.
In Major League Baseball, you could dream with no limits. You could become your hero.
Oh, he's done it again.
Steal the show. Or even start a new club.
The 40-70 season.
You could meet the moment and exceed the hype. You can write a new chapter of history and let your city dream again. This season, anything can happen.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and to support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Our South Carolina story is told through love. We always felt the need to take a moment for ourselves, and the ocean has always drawn us closer. Charleston was such a romantic destination, with its ancient oaks and beautiful walking paths through town. But we love hiking too, and Greenville gave us a perfect view. This is our South Carolina story. What's yours?
Brilliant again. She just...
Preparations have begun as the world's best players set their sights on the tournament. Anything that you might do, I'm gonna do too.
The atmosphere is building here in the stadium, particularly this coming out very short.
A look at the nighttime in Tennessee. We welcome you to Kingsport, home of the Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament, and onto the floor. This is it. Excited to have you along for the ride for what promises to be a really good battle. Second to last game of day 2 of the tournament. The Pioneers have advanced to battle the Lions of Bryan College. I'm Gabriel Schreit, joined by Lorenzo Robinson and Frank Osborne. The Pioneers 16 wins this season, including their second win in a row last night to make it to day 2. The Bryan College Lions, the number 2 seed, enter with 3 season wins in a row to close the regular season. They are 21-6, 18 wins in conference. Guys, a thrilling battle coming right now.
Absolutely, should be a ton of fun. The Bryan College Lions, one of the most storied programs in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. They made 7 straight NAIA national tournament appearances from 16 to 24, trying to battle their way back. Meanwhile, Spartanburg Methodist, the new kids on the block, trying to establish themselves here in the AAC.
Now, first, a quick look. If you were with us for the entire tournament, this is the men's bracket. So this is where we end day 2. This is who has moved on to the semifinal. It's Pikeville and the Bulldogs, as well as Johnson and the Bulldogs. So it'll be a really good battle tomorrow in the semifinal to see who makes it to championship Saturday. This is where we rest right now in the women's tournament. Milligan and Pikeville moved on this morning. It comes down to this. Reinhardt and Johnson are waiting for their chance to tip off. Spartanburg Methodist and Bryan starting in just moments. The winner goes on to the semifinal and a chance to battle the winner of Milligan-Pikeville for the AAC title.
Absolutely, and today is going to be an exciting game. It's the first we've seen of Bryan College at this tournament, and one of the stronger teams I've got to watch this season. Their on-field pressure, something different. I've not seen anything like it with any other team this year. They're top for steals per game, top for opponents' turnovers per game. In the game I watched against Union, they forced 40 turnovers. So this is going to be exciting. Spartanburg Methodist sort of cruised to victory against Union last night, and they'll be looking to make sure Crystal Johnson and Hallie Traylor really get going.
Yeah, they could use the success out of them. They need them to have a big day. I think they'll be hot early, but we'll see. Obviously, a lot in the air still. And before we go back to the floor, a look at the all-conference selection. So obviously the player of the year, Samaj Clark on the women's side, very well deserved. As well as Pikeville having Mejia Andrade, the defensive player of the year, very well deserved. Kaylee Long, the newcomer of the year for Bernal, the Golden Tigers. She played very well. Annika, very, very successful for the Pikeville Bears this year as a freshman. And Kylie Greer, again, the coach of the year in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. There's a look at the full team. So we bring you back to the floor. We're almost ready for tip between these two programs as they've given away a couple of awards and they're introducing the starting lineups between these two. The 5 getting the nod for Spartanburg Methodist College. Haley Traylor, who we just talked about, Cy Bell, Shaylin Hayes, Destiny Middleton, and Latavius Wilson rounding out the 5 starting on the floor. On the other end for the Bryan College Lions, after a great season, these 5 are rip-roaring to go in the tournament. Autumn Davis, Alyssa Petty, Kaylin Walls, Molly Brown, and Katie Farrell, who has been quite the hot hand for some time in Dayton, Tennessee. Gonna be fun to watch her get to work tonight for the Bryan College Lions. Welcome inside of the Marriott Meadowview Conference Resort and Convention Center. If you're just joining us, I'm Gabriel Schrei here with Lorenzo Robinson and Frank Osborne. It is tournament time in Tennessee. One of these teams will move on to the semifinal tomorrow and play the winner of our earlier matchup in the women's side of the bracket.
I got to tell you, Gabe, I'm very much so looking forward to this matchup. And really to watch the Bryan College Lions, Bryan may be the best mix of defense and offense in the entire Appalachian Athletic Conference. They're first in the conference in points per game, also first in turnovers forced. They force at least 26 turnovers per game. A great defensive unit as well.
The 3-ball goes from the muddy banks of the Tennessee River. 3-0, Spartanburg Methodist starts us off.
Now I will say if Spartanburg Methodist is going to win, it's going to be in large part due to Destiny Middleton coming up big there. 3rd in the conference in three-pointers made.
On the wing.
That's always, to me, the most fun part to watch in some of these upset bids. Those squads that have star players at their disposal. How are you going to tell someone that made the all-conference team that's been such a great force all season long that they're supposed to lose? Those star players take these games personally.
You aren't going to tell them that. You can't. You might be able to tell them they're not allowed to have fun, but you just can't tell them they're not going to win.
I bet if they win, they'll have fun. I know Rayshawn Hampton had a lot of fun earlier today.
3-0, a minute gone, and the start of this one between the Lions and Spartanburg Methodist. The first off the mark from the line.
And Bryan, they really get it done using a committee approach. They have 5 starters who are capable of scoring. They've all had career nights at various points this season. Of course, Molly Brown, the first team all-conference selection, leading the way.
Keep an eye on Katie Farrell. She gets hot at the right times, all the time. Farrell wearing number 32 for Bryan College in the pink. Taken down, she's free down the floor and coast home to the glass, but can't finish.
Although they couldn't make that count. That's a little snippet of what we're expecting to see from Bryan. They're unbelievable on the turnover, so quick from defense to attack.
Back to the front court, harassed by the Lions. Petty took a swat, and Spartanburg Methodist Traylor turns it over. I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of involvement from the crowd in this.
Yeah, and Bryan seems to have brought a nice contingent over here in Tennessee. Spartanburg Methodist making a little bit of a longer trip here into Kingsport. So Bryan will have sort of that hometown advantage at their disposal.
It's kind of a long trip for Spartanburg Methodist. It's about 5 hours, I would guess, if not 6. Clanged off the front of the iron, hauled in by the Bryan Lions. SMC to the baseline. Tried to float that through and stopped in the corner.
One thing about Bryan is they don't tend to get caught up in most of the action early on. They're happy to just have a slow first 5. After that, you'll see them really step on the gas.
And the 2 matchups against Spartanburg Methodist. Bryan 2-0 against the Pioneers.
Really nice hustle out of Destiny Middleton, the senior, gets back and makes the play defensively, disrupting the layup, as well as helping to get this started headed the other way.
So there is that conversation of rest versus rust. We saw in the 2-7 matchup on the men's side, CIU came out with a little bit of rust showing against Tennessee Wesleyan, who had already played a game in the tournament. We see that today.
Shaylin Hayes, the freshman, knocks it down. She averaged just 4 points per game during the regular season. Starting hot here.
Here comes Spartanburg Methodist in that press. They're starting to believe. You can tell they came into this game with a great feeling after their win yesterday.
Pioneers disrupted down inside, and they'll get the whistle.
And that's what you got to do against a team like Bryan, a team that's so effective defensively. They're going to take risks and try to force turnovers. You have to try to get downhill and force the issue.
Bryan has only lost 3 games in 2026. They lost against Freed Hardeman, who's currently in the top 5 in the country. They lost to Milligan, the top team in the conference. Then they won all the way from January 10th through mid-February when they lost to Reinhardt. And they won out after that. So this is a team that is not used to losing, has faced a really tough schedule. Spartanburg Methodist, though, I think that everybody around the league that's super familiar with these teams in the media, coaches, ADs will tell you this is a program that's growing rapidly, And the steal at mid-court, running the floor, and she tries to kiss it home off the glass, but a bit too much sauce. I think everybody will tell you this is a team that's surging. They're feeling it. They're playing out of their minds entering the tournament, and they're hot at the right time. But are they beat Bryan College, the iconic women's basketball program, hot? We're going to find out together tonight.
Absolutely, we're going to find out. You got to give them a lot of credit for making the tournament appearance in their first year in the conference. When you talk about having the talent to be able to make something happen, they have enough top-end talent. Haley Traylor, Destiny Middleton, one of the better 1-2 punches in the AAC. Also having Zy Bell, who was an all-defensive team selection.
Knifes her way through and hauled in by Kaylin Walls, the forward.
That looked like it was a foul there. Looked like she'd been tripped up. Referees thought otherwise, though.
Flipped back outside. Here's the drive. Might have a lane. Turns around, sends it to the side of the floor. Farrell can't knock it down. I'm warning you, Katie Farrell is a menace on the outside as this goes to the Bryan College Lions.
Now, you don't have to warn me. I believe you. I've seen what she's been able to do this year. Very phenomenal player there for the Bryan Lions.
Taken down by SMC. They keep possession. This goes from mid-range. I figured you knew. Just talking to our friends at home.
Just joshing, man. Just joshing.
All the way down the floor.
Right now, Spartanburg Methodist very aggressive defensively.
Off the window, this goes. Farrell heating up a bit for the Bryan College Lions.
Yeah, so now expect to see Bryan really settle into this game. They forced 26 turnovers a game. There's another one right there.
The steal, the backdoor feed, off the window again. Bryan College playing red hot. It's 9-7.
Imperative for Spartanburg Methodist to control their possessions.
That's the absolute bread and butter there for Bryan, what we've just seen. They're so good at winning the ball back and turning defensive attacks so quickly. Spartanburg don't need to take any risks, especially now. Just look after the ball.
In the middle of the floor, foul down inside. 5:22 still to play in our first half. This is the hottest start we've had to a game so far. Traylor's got 4 points, 3 for Middleton, 2 for Petty, 2 for Davis.
And you have to honor your possessions when you play against an aggressive defensive team. That means you can't have the ball hang in the air against that press. You can't put yourself into the coffin corner. You really got to work, use the pass well, but also don't be afraid to keep the ball in the middle of the floor using your dribble.
Thrilled to be back in Kingsport for another year of coverage. Big thanks to the Appalachian Athletic Conference, Jay Stansel, Bill Pop for their belief in Tri-Media and the Southeast Sports Network, as well as the Appalachian Athletic Conference's host, Visit Kingsport, Frank Lett, Brad Hoover, the entire team, very welcoming and accommodating. This one goes from downtown Kingsport. She nailed it. And Bryan out ahead for the first time in this game, 10-9.
Absolutely. It was an early scare for the Lions, but now they seem to be settling in nicely here in their first game in Kingsport.
On the front court, knifes her way through, but trapped. Dished across to the backside, and this one goes. A little floater down along the baseline, buried.
Well, we know Bryan can keep the intensity for long periods. Will Spartanburg be able to match them? They've come out the blocks firing from the start. Will they be able to keep this intensity for the whole game? I'm not sure.
And that's always the big question in these matchups with an underdog. Can you maintain that level for 4 quarters?
Tipped away, it rolls through traffic to the Bryan College Lions as they'll take over with possession.
Big moment for Spartanburg Methodist. Crystal Johnson coming on now. She was very good against Union. When she decided it was time to score, there's not much Union could do to stop her.
Timeout on the floor, 11-10, SMC, Pioneers in the lead. Can Bryan keep the run going? Find out next on SESN.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
The Lions red hot after a faltering start. Bryan College looking to keep it rolling. They trail by 1 to the Pioneers of Spartanburg Methodist.
But Frank, that was a great point that you made earlier. Spartanburg Methodist starting out strong, but how often do we see the underdog start out fast with a ton of energy and emotion, but die out as the game continues?
Yeah, they've got to be careful not to play the occasion. Don't peak too soon. It's Bryan. They're definitely going to take advantage if you peak too soon. They'll happily weather the storm, and they'll wait for you to get sloppy.
This kind of goes into what I was talking about earlier, staying even keeled, being the same person, whether you're up or behind. That goes a long way towards allowing you to be competitive in these contests.
3 balls short. Tried to knock it outside, and this is headed with SMC's Pioneers. A couple of changes during the break. Tatum and Johnson onto the floor. Middleton and Hayes getting a break.
Both Tatum and Johnson were so good against Union. Union weren't able to really get a hold of them.
And I think we're going to get a foul on the inbound. That's going to allow Haley Traylor to shoot a few free throws.
Yeah, Sydney Neal going to be called for the foul, and they send Traylor to the line. Haley, 89% this year at the stripe.
Unforced error for the Bryan Lions early. Spartanburg Methodist trying to take advantage.
Traylor's got 5.
And it is fair to wonder if they can keep pace with them because Bryan's been so effective offensively all year long. The best offense in the AAC up to this point.
Trailer up to 6 points. Stolen, SMC's Pioneers. The double team wants to go the distance herself, and she's fouled.
So I gotta say, we've been used to seeing Bryan turn opponents over at a high rate all year long. Right now, Spartanburg Methodist is pulling them on them. They're beating Bryan at their own game. They've forced 6 turnovers already.
Pulling at them on them. Molly Brown coming onto the floor for the Lions of Bryan College.
It is so important for Bryan that Molly Brown gets going. She's one of their best players. First team freshman. She needs to find her rhythm. Just calm the Lions down.
Brown 12.5 points per game this season, 43% shooting from the floor. This is a tussle for the ball, taken by Bryan College, 2-on-1 as she runs her down from the front side, and we get the whistle.
Yeah, it seemed initially that Trailer tried to take the charge. That was a nice Euro step for the finish, drawing the contact in the process.
Farrell back into the game for the Lions of Bryan College. Couldn't convert the end one. Pioneers almost lose this, being harassed. Graham can't take it away. Zybel back on the front court, the double team near the timeline.
The one thing about Bryan's pressure, often they're 2v1. If it doesn't come out, there's always going to be an open player for the Pioneers.
Lions pitch through to the backside. She's got help. Wing 3-ball wide. Good rebound by Latavius Wilson, the forward. SMC wanted fast break points, still might get them, and they do. Buried that one from the Kentucky State line. It's the senior Gilliam.
Absolutely, Naja Gilliam knocking down a three-point shot. You can tell Spartanburg Methodist a ton of belief coming from that sideline.
Rolls and goes to the Bryan Lions as the bottle has been uncorked from the Meadowview Marriott. We're off and running.
Spartanburg Methodist, again, they are pulling them on them, not just defensively, but also the pace that they're playing. Bryan is so used to dictating the pace to other teams. Spartanburg Methodist going out their way to get the Lions uncomfortable at their own game.
SMC Pioneers. Put onto the floor by Middleton.
Re-entered into the game after a quick break.
She's in trouble. Middleton's all alone on the baseline. Too much sauce as it's hauled in by Farrell.
Yeah, games like these, you can't afford to come up empty on those type of good looks down low.
Couldn't agree more. You've got to convert at a high percentage. A cold streak against a team like Bryan that's so consistent could kill you. You could maybe afford a couple of cold streaks, let Bryan go on a run or two, but you're going to have to match it with an even hotter run of your own, obviously.
Yeah, and you see Bryan really easing themselves into the game, still trying to round into form. This is their first game here in Kingsport during this week. You got to put as much pressure on them as you can in the early going of the game.
This goes for Brown, and she's getting involved now. 4 points for Molly.
It's a bit of a weird one, though, because it feels like in our heads, Spartanburg have been excellent. They've come out firing. It is still a very close game.
This Bryan program has traditionally been an entry point for our kind of Appalachian Athletic Conference coaches. We saw TWU's coach come through here. We saw Brian LaHan recently make a stop here and dominate for Bryan College before flipping to Johnson, who's going to take on Reinhardt next. And this program has continued to be good, but this is probably the least we've seen them play with, you know, just a couple of stars that really power it. This is a whole team effort, Bryan College Lion. I don't want to call it a lunch pail crew because they're so flashy, but just a different look.
Yeah, definitely strength in numbers has to be the theme of the season for Bryan. And they're led by Coach Matt Boland, who really emphasizes that for his group.
Lions take it away and run the floor. Brown from the front court, dished it to Graham, entry feed to Farrell. Molly, the double team, harassed and fires anyhow, but it's wide and won't go.
Frank, that was a great point. It does sort of feel like Spartanburg Methodist is in control, but on the scoreboard, Bryan continuing to hang around. squad like Bryan never truly out of the game because of how they play efficiently on both sides.
She goes down hard.
And although it's not the ideal start for Bryan, for this to be the period where Spartanburg are in control and it to be this close, the law of averages, Bryan are going to have a spell where they're in control. And you'd like to think, based on how good they are, they're going to make that spell count.
Yeah, you're correct. They have to feel good about still being in the game, taking what we presume to be, to this point, the best shot from the Pioneers.
Graham shovels it to Brown. Molly drives. 8 on the shot clock, but it sails off over the baseline.
And look at the energy coming from that bench of Spartanburg Methodist. I don't know how many members of the Pioneer fan base made the trip, but it is BYOE here in this gymnasium. Bring your own energy.
That's a good one. I like that. I'm writing that down.
Take it and give me credit for it.
Trademark property of Lorenzo Robinson, LLC.
Incorporated.
Gilliam fires this, and she's fouled hard on the baseline. She'll go to the stripe. She's got 4 points already. 70% this season at the line, as during the regular season, she knocked down 61 of her 88 trips.
Yeah, but that's, again, Spartanburg Methodist pushing out in transition, trying to get Bryan uncomfortable. They've been doing that this entire first quarter.
And just there, she had her hands on her knees trying to get some air. It's not the first time she's had that today. So that suggests that they're going out a bit too hard. I know, we've been athletes, we've done it.
Yeah, I'll never forget a game that I had like that. It was the best first quarter and the worst 3 quarters of my life.
Brown and the Lions set to go. Molly to Graham. The closeout is a lot from Crystal Johnson as this sails off. It's a kick ball this time by Middleton.
That was an 0 of 2 trip from the free throw line for Spartanburg Methodist. So keep track of that. 2 missed layups and 2 missed free throws in a 2-point game.
Yeah, when you're playing against a team as good as Bryan, you have to make those trips count.
I don't even care that they're not creating a turnover if I'm an SMC supporter here, right? If you're analyzing this to say, what do they need to be doing to be successful? I love that they're just keeping Bryan from setting up and operating.
For sure, the activity level has been superb defensively. Those bigs are fronting in the post, keeping Bryan away from the rim.
The drive, good rotation. It creates space for her, but the foul on the baseline.
And that was number 2, Naja Gilliam, playing defense there against KD Farrell. Unfortunately, able to get even with her and able to draw the contact.
Graham. Splits the difference at the line.
And how about Haley Traylor on the sideline barking out orders to her teammates?
Traylor's feeling it, does not want this campaign to end. Traylor's a senior. It's rims and goes down inside. Shaylin Hayes, the freshman.
Yeah, nice decision by Crystal Johnson, hitting that backdoor cutter for the finish.
Yeah, I had the chance to talk to Haley Traylor after their win against Union. She was over the moon for their season and their season to be carrying on. She did not want it to end.
If you're Bryan, if you're Reinhardt, if you're Milligan, even if you're U-Pike, you come into this tournament with such high hopes and I'm sure plenty of expectation. This is the first year that Spartanburg Methodist has been a part of the AAC. They're playing with a little bit of house money here.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really considered them too much of a threat coming in. They probably didn't think about it too much, but Spartanburg are a very physical team. It's the type of team you could see doing well in tournaments.
Pioneers back to the attacking end of the floor. We'll see what they can do. She's going to take it herself. It rattles out on her. Farrell fighting for her life on the baseline against the double team. Long floater, pitched over the top, hauled in by Davis, who goes to work. couldn't get it. Graham, fight for the ball on the floor, jump ball. That's going to go with the Pioneers of Spartanburg Methodist.
And look at the effort from Diamond Tatum getting on the floor. She's the smallest player on the court, but she was the first to the ground for that loose ball, tying it up and bringing the possession back in favor of the Pioneers.
2 seconds left in our first period as this is sent on. SMC doesn't get it off in time as we will head to our second period in a 2-point game. The lead for the Underdogs, the Pioneers of Spartanburg Methodist, over the dominant Bryan College Lions on SCSN.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
Back with the second period on SCSN. Glad you're with us. Really exciting first period of action. Fired that right off the rip, couldn't get it.
Spartanburg Methodist, they've been so active defensively, flying around, making plays, turning Bryan over. And even still with all of that, Bryan only trailing by 2 points.
Yeah, I don't think that first quarter was nearly as bad as in my head I was thinking. It felt like Spartanburg Methodist almost controlled it and was taking the game to Bryan, but I don't think Bryan will mind that. Spartanburg have come out flying and it's level. If this is the best we're going to see from Spartanburg, they're going to tail off eventually.
Tied for the first time at 19-all between Bryan and Spartanburg as this is returned the other way immediately.
Yeah, the hope is that they didn't use their best punch already.
Three ball, bang! The long-range dagger for Bryan College's
Great
Lions.
timeout.
That is a great timeout. 5 unanswered to start the second period. And SMC says, we need to talk.
Yeah, that was a great timeout. You can tell Coach Reed wailing, trying to bring his team back down to earth, so to speak. They were so fiery in that first quarter, flying everywhere, making plays. Now Bryan sort of restoring some order in the beginning of the second. Who's going to provide that additional spark for Spartanburg Methodist? I think it's going to have to be a player that didn't do so in that first quarter.
Yeah, I think Bryan, they've not really been able to handle with the physicality of the Spartanburg Methodist team. You've got Crystal Johnson, loves the physicality. Haley Traylor loves it. Zybel loves it. Middleton loves it. They're a team built for tournaments where they're going to turn up, they're going to outfight you. They want it to become scrappy, but they also want to slow the game down at the same time. I think this is going to be one of those type of games.
Really close one so far, separated by just 3 points. Bryan, their largest lead of the game, and what has been quite the slugfest to get us started.
From Spartanburg Methodist, they've had that mentality of trying to play fast. I think now you need to sort of walk that back and execute at a high level. Try to get yourself into good offense.
Five points for Middleton and Walls. Everybody else trailing except for Haley Traylor, who's got 6. Floater across. She'll let it go from the wing, and it's going to ricochet out of there. She wants the ball, but I don't think Traylor will get it.
Traylor, one of the best shooters in the conference, getting a good look from downtown. Bryan may have caught a bit of a break there.
On the way again, this time it goes. Oh, baby.
Destiny Middleton starting to feel it for Spartanburg Methodist. She was quiet in their first game here in Kingsport. This one, she's been roaring and loud.
Middleton's got 8 points, assisted by Hayes. Brown to the straightaway. Petty drives and the foul on the baseline.
Spartanburg are sort of just sitting in and almost encouraging Bryan to, they're sitting in and saying, come on, come at us. Come, give me some physicality.
Yeah, they're funneling everything into the paint, which is something we're not used to seeing from teams that play against Bryan. They usually want to try to press up against them.
Stolen by Farrell, and the little bunny won't go. Brown almost hauls it in. Long floater down the floor, and SMC kisses it home off of the glass. It's Latavius Wilson scoring the bucket. She's got 2.
Yeah, but how about the hit-ahead pass from Haley Traylor, finding the cutter deep down the field? She could play quarterback on some flag football teams that I've seen.
She'd do well as a quarterback, now that you say it. As this one cashed in for the Bryan College Lions, 25-24.
She'd probably be better as a quarterback than some football teams.
Stolen away. Back across. The drive down the baseline is stolen again. It's Zybel this time. Pitched up the floor. The run-ahead pass loose and regathered by the Bryan College Lions.
I do think Spartanburg won't want this to become proper end-to-end because that really suits Bryan and how they've been playing all season.
Everybody calling for the jump ball. Pioneers will take possession.
I got to tell you, that was back-to-back defensive plays created by Zybel. Zybel, one of the best defensive players in the AAC in all defensive team selection. She made a steal on one possession, then forcing the tie-up on the next.
Traylor will get the break. Gilliam. Knifes her way through. In trouble on the front court. Middleton went over the top. Down the baseline, stolen by Brown, but no one there to help her as she throws it off of the floor accidentally.
And Frank, I would generally say that you're right. Spartanburg Methodist doesn't want to turn this into a track meet because that's where Bryan is comfortable. But right now, it seems like Spartanburg Methodist is very comfortable playing in that way as well.
I just question how long they can be comfortable. The pace of the game against Union was not quick at all. This is the complete opposite.
Couldn't agree more. The question in my mind as well, how long can you pace with this? That's all that matters. Middleton gets it done. A little bunny from the baseline to take the lead back by 1.
Yeah, and if Destiny Middleton is cooking, they're going to have a chance to execute every time they get down.
Wing to straightaway. She'll hang on to it. Scratch that. Davis walks it all the way back on the front court. Working the orange. She'll send it inside. Off the mark. SMC Pioneers get the board.
And they're still running.
Pioneers off the fast break and off the rip. This one goes with a little kiss off the glass for Gilliam. She's got 6 points.
Yeah, how about that crossover? Again, aggressive defense from Spartanburg Methodist. The crossover and the finish down low for Gilliam. And Spartanburg Methodist still flying around.
And she just tried to pass it to the sub that was subbing in, and if we let that go past us.
Something happened there. Hall will inbound it to Davis. Long feed to Davis from the corner. Pulls the trigger and knocks this down. 28-all. We're deadlocked in Kingsport.
Spartanburg Methodist went into that zone look, but they forgot about the shooter in the corner. Bryan taking advantage.
Well, this could be a game for people like Olivia Hall. Very good shooting from range, and if they're going to try and force them to do that,
wow,
she's more than happy.
That was kind of wild. Backdoor feed stolen by SMC. Middleton. And a felony committed under the basket on back-to-back trips down the floor.
I just love how aggressive she's been at trying to impose her will offensively. Coming into this tournament, she was the 5th leading scorer in the AAC. She gets it done both inside and out, a very complete offensive player.
Woo, swish. Headed back to the other end of the floor. Bryan Lions pitched long and now back to the front court. Didn't like what they saw initially.
Yeah, back in that zone look against Bryan.
In trouble. Stolen by SMC's Pioneers in a 2-point game.
Help defense from Zy Bell again. Standout defensive performance.
The floater short. Bryan Lions, Davis. She's got help behind her, and Davis is going to take it herself and off the mark. Pioneers to respond, the foul and one. Ringer up, trailer headed to the line.
Well, they don't look like they're slowing down at all, do they? We questioned whether or not they'd have it in them for longer periods. We're nearly at half-time and they're still going.
That's a good point. We keep saying, how long can they do this? How long can they do this? And now, leading by 4, trailer up to 8 points and a chance to make it 9-1.
Yeah, I feel like we're just waiting and waiting for them at some point to gas out. Well, maybe this is just who they are for tonight.
We're about to find out in this last 5 minutes of this half and in the next half hour of real time.
But also, this is where the game can be decided and changed here.
Brown down inside, the call.
Get down into those last few minutes of the first half, first few minutes of the second half. Big time swings occur as those clocks dwindle down.
No question, that's the right call. Good eyes by the official who sends Molly Brown to the line. 79% this season at the line for the Bryan Lions. She's got 5 points today. Fighting her way through. Big collision, slides down.
Spartanburg Methodist has done a nice job of staying away from those sort of risky passes through the lanes. That's generally where Bryan begins to make their presence felt defensively. So active in those passing lanes. They got to maintain discipline in that regard.
On the way from the corner, the 3-ball for Destiny Middleton. She gets that one to go from the Palmetto State.
And I think number 11 in black is just having one of those days, already up to 15.
Stolen, floated long. Pioneers whip it through. And she took a step. That's going to go with the Lions, who trail by 5.
Yeah, I think if they would have got a bucket on that possession, the entire bench of Spartanburg Methodist would have leaked out onto the court.
Well, it's really exciting for Spartanburg Methodist because they are absolutely flying right now. And Crystal Johnson's still yet to score. She was excellent yesterday, got 16 points against Union. So we know when she starts to get into the rhythm, starts to feel the game, they'll have another weapon to add against Bryan.
Yeah, Spartanburg Methodist right now, it's almost like they're playing on a cloud, playing so free, so loose.
Straightaway 3 wide for Brown, regathered by Farrell, and down low, blockered off.
And I just love it when a player fouls someone down low. They bring their arms down and then hold their hands straight back up. The refs saw them bring them down. Sorry to tell you.
They always bring the arms up so quick as well.
Yeah. It's like, oh, no. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Never have been me. I was reading a book.
Cover to cover even.
Yeah, I was just hanging out down here. What do you mean? This goes. Katie Farrell looking good.
Well, we've got loads of other teams in the crowd right now. We've got Reinhardt, who are going to play later on. U-Pike here as well. Do you think they'll be cheering on Spartanburg, or do you think they'll be going, oh God, Spartanburg will be able to do this to us?
Nah, I think everybody roots on for the upset. I think that's just customary tournament etiquette to try to root for the underdog.
I appreciate that take.
It's only right.
Bryan Lyons, oh my goodness! A football tackle, hopefully she's all right.
Yeah, Haley Traylor putting her body on the line. That's the third charge that she's took in this game. Again, Spartanburg Methodist defensively just flying around, everyone making those extra effort plays.
They really relish the physicality, don't they?
And I really wouldn't say Bryan's playing bad. Spartanburg Methodist right now is just on another level.
Three ball a bit strong and hauled in by Molly Brown, who will run the floor. 3 minutes to go in our first half.
Well, to support that, Lorenzo, Bryan is shooting 40%, 50%.
Hall sees it pinball out, hauled in by Gilliam. She's got some space and avoids Hall as she throws this back to the front court, where it's scooped up by Wilson.
Yeah, now this is the point of the first half where you don't want to make too many extra plays. You want to stay within yourself. Try to go into halftime with the lead.
Three ball, pulls the trigger and buries it. Crystal Johnson, the sophomore, gets it to go. She's on the board with just three.
And the Pioneer bench dancing right now. They're feeling it.
I bet they're having fun.
They're winning.
Down the block, and the low paint couldn't get it. Scooped up by SMC. They lead by 7. 2 minutes to play in our first half. Hall swats at her on the front court, dished across.
I can tell you who's not having fun.
Straightaway three wide as it's pulled down by Hall on the baseline. You're a criminal, diabolical, the Grinch. Mid-range bunny won't go. Down low, this won't go either, as we do get the whistle.
We're going to get a foul on the floor here. The Bryan Lions, again, not necessarily playing a bad game. Spartanburg Methodist is just on a different level here today. I don't think anyone could have seen this coming, especially when you factor in the two matchups they had in the regular season. Those were dominant wins for Bryan. But I said it before, I've said it throughout this tournament, it is hard to beat a team 3 times.
Farrell knifes her way through and can't get it as it careens to Hayes.
Diamond Tatum back in the game for Spartanburg Methodist, trying to give them a jolt of energy, some fresh legs.
Middleton didn't like it. Hayes couldn't get this to drop and taken on the baseline by Farrell.
Yeah, Haley Traylor wanted it on the wing. She was mad that she didn't get it. She has to try to get herself back into it mentally.
On the straightaway is Davis.
Boy, I thought Leah Stinnett was going to pull that one.
Oh my goodness, another big hit down inside. And they're going to call that against the Lions as well, as Haley Traylor is run down on the boardwalk.
That is the 4th offensive foul that Haley Traylor has drawn in this game. Right now, tension's high for Spartanburg Methodist. They're upset.
Understandably so. Crystal Johnson comes off the floor, fired up.
I can appreciate that. Teammates mad at each other, but they're just going after a common goal. You need a little bit of that if you're going to win games like these.
Harassed, foul.
Well, that type of edge is what gets them to the other level. If they're going to be such a physical side, they need to be on that level of not boiling over, but getting close to be able to play at their best. It's what the best athletes do.
Yeah, one of my coaches, one of my football coaches, James Miller, he said it best. Pre-game, first quarter, second quarter. You don't want to be over the top. You don't want to peak too early, as you said. He said, you know, if your water boiling, you just want to simmer. Simmer a little bit.
Yes. Middleton good for 16 points. I think that the Bryan Lions would like to take her off of the stove.
Absolutely, absolutely. She's cooking with gas right now.
That's a little more than simmering. She is a full open flame and actually quite a danger to your home.
Think we need to call the fire department?
Probably. 40-31, 47 seconds left in this first half. Lions could use a bucket or two. Almost stolen. Pitched back out to the straightaway to Graham.
They've taken a few risky passes. Spartanburg Methodist has made them pay.
Wing three from a step back. The bank is closed as it's 8 p.m.
Spartanburg, that's a good one. Spartanburg Methodist a chance to go up double digits.
Pioneers off the window it goes. It's 42-31.
We have an upset brewing here in Kingsport, Tennessee.
A dozen seconds. Brown and the Lions could use a bucket right here. Take your time. You've got 6, 5, 4. Off the window, no. Still alive. Pioneers have it. 1 second. And they'll just go ahead and send this to the half. Celebrating a lot. Take it easy. You got to play 2 more quarters.
Yeah, you don't want to peak too early, as Frank said, but at the same time, they got to feel good about where they are. Who thought Spartanburg Methodist would be up? Not only just winning, but up by double digits going into the second half.
I don't think I thought that. Winning double digits, winning big over a historical Appalachian Athletic Conference program. One of the, if not the best on the women's side. They've been so good for so long, and a massive opportunity staring them in the face. What are the keys going into the second half? What do they need to do in the locker room?
Well, Spartanburg Methodist, if I'm their coach, if I'm Reed Whaling, I'm saying we need to settle down, reset, come back into our own, but also continue to push the pace and make Bryan uncomfortable. Meanwhile, if I'm Matt Boland for the Bryan Lions, we have to try to pick up the intensity and match the level that Spartanburg Methodist has played with.
Yeah, I think Bryan would have been absolutely desperate for halftime to come for 10 minutes to just kill the game. Spartanburg will have not wanted halftime. Halftime has the potential to halt the momentum that they were building, and we've spoke about how they're potentially simmering, maybe boiling over. We don't want them to cool down completely.
An 11-point game at the half. The Pioneers of Spartanburg Methodist lead the Lions of Bryan College.
Some might ask, what's the hurry? But if it's the difference between getting McDonald's breakfast and settling for a Big Mac, well, run like the wind. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's like that. Got it, it stays fair.
Everybody feel it, come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we bring it to you. It's like that.
You don't have to wear a uniform for service or sacrifice. Every day, ordinary Americans perform extraordinary acts of courage and selfless service. Please join us in recognizing citizen heroes who have made a difference in the lives of others through their acts of courage and selfless service in communities across America. Nominate a citizen hero today at themedalofhonor.com.
to Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. Tony, what do you think?
Quincy, it's 2 a.m. You have school tomorrow. Get some rest.
See you tomorrow, Saquon.
You got it, Quessy.
His name is Quincy. The crowd goes wild.
Hey, Quincy.
Quincy! Your son's fantasies are going to destroy my house.
Spin move. Quincy, take the snap. Hike. Here comes Fred Warner.
I'm open.
He's got Jefferson.
Hit the gritty?
Nah, hit the Quincy.
What is that boy doing?
Nobody was little number
Oh no!
Bring it, little man.
Cam Jordan.
I'll see you tomorrow, Quincy.
Quincy's in trouble.
I got you.
He pitches it to Saquon. No! My ball!
That's on you, bro. Besides, I'm not even real.
Is this your ball? What's your name?
Quincy.
Quincy. I'm OC. I know that look. I know that dream. I had the same one. See, Quincy, doesn't have to be a dream anymore. Doesn't matter where you're born, as long as you're born to play.
Just making sure you were real.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Mental health plays a massive role in professional soccer and in sports in general. We're all here to support each other. We're all here to help each other, and you never know what somebody is going through, whether it's on the field or off the field. For me, mental health plays a huge role when it comes to goalkeeping because a lot of times the game is not near me and not near the goalkeeper, and it's important that I stay calm and stay ready and stay connected to the team even when the play is not by me.
Once upon a time, there was a girl with golden locks. You know what? Maybe it was like a rugged, woodsy dude. Yeah. The beds were too hard, the chairs were too soft, the porridge was too... This Goldilocks wanted something tastier.
Those look just right.
First, he drove the Ram 2500 Rebel to pick up some dinner. Pow! Some really big dinner.
Tastes like chicken.
Next, he took the Ram Charger deep into the woods to flex his artistic muscles.
That was the village tree.
Then, completely abandoning the narrative, he fired up the Ram RHO for a little joyride.
Time to jump a volcano.
This is my story. But yeah, the bears were there. all lived happily ever after. Sort of.
Our South Carolina story is told through love. We always felt the need to take a moment for ourselves, and the ocean has always drawn us closer. Charleston was such a romantic destination, with its ancient oaks and beautiful walking paths through town. But we love hiking too, and Greenville gave us a perfect view.
Wait a minute, champ, warm up.
(42-31) at the half between SMC and the Lions. Welcome back on SCSN. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, Frank Osborne with us. That was a quick halftime.
For sure. I'm sure Bryan would have wanted it to be as long as possible. Try and kill any form of momentum. Spartanburg were out here first. Looks like they just want to carry on from where they left off. Looking at the stat sheet, Destiny Middleton on 17 points. Haley Traylor on 10. Those two have been on absolute flames for Spartanburg Methodist. As for Bryan, the favourites for this game, they've not really got going to the same level. Molly Brown on 6. Olivia Hall on 6 as well. But Spartanburg Methodist really raised it, facing against big-time favourites Bryan. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep that level in the second half.
And Frank, there's really just been a different intensity level that we've seen from Spartanburg Methodist, a certain attitude, a swagger that they've had, and they're really attacking Bryan here in that first half. Trying to do the same in the second.
I'm almost certain we're going to see Bryan come out and raise the level now.
Three ball came up short. They could have used that.
Can only imagine hairdryer treatment from their coach at halftime.
Yeah, I don't think I wanted to be in the crosshairs of Matt Boland after that first half.
Fired off the window and hauled in by the Lions.
Oh, wow.
Nice job running through for 2.
Yeah, Euro step by Alyssa Petty. And now Bryan trying to get back to their game. So now it's fair to wonder, is this when we see Spartanburg Methodist starting to gas out? Came out firing, maintained it for the entire half. Can they maintain it after half?
Can't get that to go.
Destiny Middleton was dominant in that first half. We would expect to see Bryan give her a little bit more attention out there. Middleton had it going inside and outside the arc.
The problem is if they focus just on Middleton, Haley Traylor's been excellent. You've got Crystal Johnson still on the bench.
Rattled off on SMC. Pioneers scoreless to open the second half.
Look at Zy Bell. Mejia Andrade won Defensive Player of the Year for Pikeville, but I think if you had a perimeter Defensive Player of the Year, Zy Bell would have been right atop a lot of coaches' ballots. She is so disruptive out there as a defensive player.
A lot of fun to watch her do her thing. She's really good at just getting hands on the ball, finding ways to be involved. She's great off the ball as well.
And the fun part about defensive players like that, it really reverberates around your entire roster. Everybody wants to get in the defensive stance and get stops when they see someone making plays like she does.
Yeah, she's got the most steals in the conference, and it's by some way as well, by nearly 20 steals on anybody else.
Nearly had one right there. Bell forced him to pass it away. The drive, Pharrell's hook shot won't go. Hauled in by Latavius.
So now, Bryan, they're starting to feel the pressure. They're forcing the issue a little bit, trying their hand at some tough shots.
Bell hands it off to Traylor, who's got 10 points. Looked like she thought about it. Hayes to Middleton, leading all scorers with 17. Misfires on the pass.
Bryan playing a man-to-man defensive style, but a lot of gap help, trying to force Spartanburg Methodist to bomb away from the perimeter. They have some capable jump shooters, but they want to try to keep them from getting the easy ones.
Floated long and stolen by SMC. Pioneers will set up and take their time, which I like. Tipped and rolls off of the floor. The ball will stay with the Pioneers.
And that's been typical of the offensive approach that Bryan's had in this game that has come back to bite them. A lot of risky passes. Spartanburg Methodist doing a nice job staying active in those lanes.
Intentionally pushed off. Autumn Davis playing defense. Zybel, long feed to Traylor, who pulls the trigger, and it's short.
I do still think we'll have a spell where Bryan take complete control. They're too good not to.
Off the mark, a little too much sauce. Farrell bangs it home. 42-35, they're within 7.
And this is where you as a coach read Whaling. You can make a difference by using your timeouts wisely.
Top of the block, short. I think you're right. I think it's time.
I say one more. Yeah, one more made basket, I would call a timeout.
Lions, the bunny, pinballs. Can the Pioneers snap the run to open this second half? Running the floor, tried it, and the foul down inside.
Spartanburg Methodist starting to get a little bit out of control offensively. Bryan now starting to wrestle away control in this game. I said it before, I think one more made bucket from Bryan without a make from your team, they cut the lead to 5. If I'm Reed Whaling, I want to talk about it with my unit. That press has been so disruptive for Spartanburg Methodist all game long.
Brown to Davis, they go back and forth, played a little pitch and catch. Driving, and immediately blown dead as she tries to knife her way through traffic.
Alyssa Petty so aggressive, attacking off the dribble. She has a quick first step and plenty of size to finish through contact. Just a freshman as well, so the sky's the limit for her. She's been so effective for them all year long.
On the baseline, Lions shovel it all the way to the front court. Over the top, kept alive, back to the wing. Knifes her way through, 4 on the shot clock as Brown kisses it home off the glass.
And how about that size up for Molly Brown, taking it on the ISO.
Molly Brown looking good for Bryan College. She's up to 8 points. They could use 10 more out of her. 5-point game. We're kind of in a stalemate right now. We haven't seen a bucket in quite a while, save for that one by Brown. And there's one for SMC's Pioneers, 44-37. Knifes her way through down to the edge of the block and just puts that one home.
Bryan really cannot stop Destiny Middleton. It feels like one of those games where everything's just going right for her.
She's up to 19 points as the response from Bryan keeps this going. And a timeout on the floor. Probably a good time for one for the Pioneers. We'll see if it pays off for them next on SESN.
Need a break? A break from the grind? The stress? We have just the place. A place where you can let your inner thrill dilly out. Bristol Motor Speedway, April 10th through the 12th for the NASCAR Food City 500 Triple Header Weekend. 3 days, 3 races, 2 night races, 1 epic weekend. Don't just take a break, race to it. Get your tickets, upgrades, and more now at bristolmotorspeedway.com. It's not just a race.
It's Bristol, baby!
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Five-point game. It's been a back-and-forth affair between these two teams and continues to be. Feels like a boxing match.
It
uppercut.
Is a heavyweight fight. Yeah, uppercut, jab here, a check hook there.
I'm feeling it. A lot of pressure on these two programs as the inbounding feed will come all the way down to our right.
You ever been punched in the face?
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, it's not a great feeling.
No, I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of getting punched in the face. Down the baseline.
That's such a bold shout. So many people are fans of getting punched.
I don't think there's people fans of it. I mean, it might be a necessary evil at times.
I'm sure there's people that like getting punched in the face.
Yeah, we see him box every Saturday.
Mike Tyson. Well, I don't feel like he likes getting punched in the face, actually.
Well, he said every man has a plan until he gets punched in the face. That sounds like a man with some experience.
Seemed like he had a plan his entire life. He never really didn't seem to have a plan.
Come see, come saw.
Until he finished boxing.
Come see, come saw. They're going to get you for that one.
I'm toast, yeah. Good entry feed down low, and this goes out the window. Enough butter to get that to roll.
Oh, man, there you go again with the butter jokes. But, yeah, nifty footwork there from Crystal Johnson. And how about the big group substitution from Coach Matt Bolden? He has seen enough from his starting group.
Wow, it's a statement that he's not happy, isn't it? More than anything.
We spoke earlier about Spartanburg Methodist. Could they maintain? Now I'm seeing some heavy breathing coming from the gray jerseys of the Bryan Lions.
Lions making some changes on the floor. 46-39 in Kingsport.
The Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Gear up and climb the Hawk's Nest. Work together as a team to complete 4 high ropes challenges, all while suspended 40 feet in the air. Finish with a zip through the canopies on our 310-foot zip line. Our ground course features 9 exciting challenges and is perfect for large and small groups. The Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Thrilling fun for group events, parties, and field trips.
Back in Kingsport with college basketball between the Pioneers of FMC and the Lions, Bryan College. 5 on the floor for the Pioneers. Gilliam, Traylor, Middleton, Wilson, Johnson. For the Lions of Bryan College, it's Davis, Petty, Walls, Brown, and Farrell. This rattles and goes, too easy at the line. Lions within 6. Bryan to make it a 5-point game. No. Pioneers are on the floor.
Traylor is so good at getting past pressure. Just stopping the Bryan press and really working.
Fighting to get this away, and we've got a very upset coach and a timeout.
I think he has a case. It looked like they gave the coach the timeout off the pass. The ball was in the air.
4:09 to play in the third. 46-40 SMC Pioneers.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
How'd they get 28?
What?
It looked like it was more time, less time than that.
It's down to 11 now.
How did we get 28?
How would it be 11?
What happened to 11?
But Bryan didn't even get it across. How would it be 11? If they were in the backcourt for 19 seconds, it would have been a 10-second violation.
Yeah.
We just got a rebound.
I guess 26. I guess that was 4 seconds. It's not like we have video review to go back and look at it.
And I think that's what they said.
I don't know about that one.
I just work here. I don't know.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
I can agree with you on that. I also don't know about that one. I know about that one. That's a bucket, and it brings us within 4, a 2-possession game.
It really seems that if Bryan are going to win today, Molly Brown is going to have something to do with it completely. She's been dragging Bryan back into it every time the Pioneers seem to get a gap.
Brown's got a dozen points, and that one goes for Crystal Johnson, who's got 7.
Yeah, I thought the bank was closed. It's around 8:45, but it seems to be open for Crystal.
She banks with Schwab. They never close.
You know, Crystal stays open late.
Oh. That was really good. 3 ball, too much. It's a good joke by Lorenzo Robinson, our staff's comic, stand-up comic.
No, I'm not a stand-up comic. I'm just real. It's more like situational.
3:12 to play in the third as this rolls over the iron. Going to go the other way.
And there she goes again.
Brown, 14 points. They got to slow her down. 48-44. SMC getting cooked by Molly.
Yeah, every time she gets it, she's trying to take it coast to coast. Someone has to stop the ball and slow her down in transition.
The drive, the foul. Pioneers sending on a pair, as we will see Latavius Wilson come off and be replaced by Hayes, the freshman. Trailer at the line. 89% this season as she's up to 11 points. Diamond Tatum also going to come onto the floor for the Pioneers of SMC.
Now we're here well into the third quarter. Spartanburg Methodist still holding on to the lead. Now a 6-point advantage. I would say they're doing a nice job of maintaining.
Trailer's got a dozen. Yeah, there's a lot of game left to play. You got to do a little more than maintain. Bryan is going to get red iron poker out of the fire hot. Brand you on the farm hot, man. Too much off the window.
Diamond Tatum giving us some size against Molly Brown.
Long ball pops off.
It's a type of game where it almost feels like this is the final 2 minutes, forgetting that we've got a whole another 10 minutes left.
Tatum.
Bryan did a nice job getting themselves all the way back. Spartanburg Methodist could put a huge monkey wrench in their plans with the bucket here.
Tatum turns it over. The Lions will take over with the ball.
Yeah, a lot of contact on that drive, but at this point in the game, at this point in the season, they're going to let some things go. Not a surprise to see that. Diamond Tatum, the smallest player on the floor, checking Molly Brown here. Brown's going to want to try to get downhill.
Brown harassed and gets it to go anyhow. Molly, 6 points in the last 2 minutes. She's up to 16.
I absolutely applaud the heart of Diamond Tatum, but Molly Brown, a huge guard.
Yeah, Molly Brown is trying to drag the Lions back into this, but foul given against her there, I think.
Brown's got 16 points after the layup, goes to the other end of the floor.
Gabe, you talked about this Bryan team being a little bit different than teams past, having more of a committee approach, maybe not having that certifiable star that we're used to seeing. I think the closest to that is Molly Brown. She was their leading scorer, averaged around 13 points per game, shot the ball well. She's been their most consistent player all year long, a first-team all-conference selection. It seems like she's trying to take them to a victory here today.
I mean, Lorenzo, she's a freshman. I would say she's making her case to be the star of the team right now in the tournament. Off the backboard.
Yeah, if Bryan asks to survive, it's going to be because of her, and there's lots of people watching.
That's her stardom moment if she can win this. Down low, too much as it's disrupted. Pioneers fighting for their lives. 3 ball on the way, too much. Gillum sees it pinball off and hauled in by the Lions. Thrown down the floor quickly to the other end. Caught, fired off the top of the glass. Davis has some help from Graham, jump ball. Pioneers ball.
Bryan needs to make opportunities like that count. 2v1.
As much as they need to make those, I really feel like Spartanburg Methodist is one made 3 away from really turning up the pressure on Bryan. It seems like if one of those long-range shots go down, we're going to see Bryan get desperate. They've gotten some good looks.
That's all Bryan has to do is not get desperate, not panic, stay consistent. 50 seconds left in this third. Whipped over the top, the drive, fires down low, and she's fouled.
Gilliam been so effective in a variety of different ways. She's been trying her luck from beyond the arc for most of this game, but this time using the Euro step to get into the lane and draw the foul.
Davis is up to 3 fouls to the Lions, so in a bit of danger.
That was a quick breather for Molly Brown.
I was going to say they weren't going to keep her off for long.
Well, Brown is up to 3 fouls as well. I mean, they've really got to be careful.
In those moments, you just need to trust your best players aren't going to be silly. Let her do her magic on the ball and maybe have others make up for it defensively.
This goes, yeah, they're gonna need to take care of her, protect her, keep her out of the thick of it defensively. She cannot afford to be taking a foul. We've got a lot of time left in the third, really. 3/4 of a minute.
Yeah, if this was a regular season game, I would probably think that you keep her out, but postseason time, you got to try to let her go.
Makes sense, I agree. To the corner. 3 ball, she was wide open, bank closed for her.
Oh, she did really well there to win that back.
Great hustle play to make up for it. A 1/4 of a minute. Game and shot clock separated by 4. Drives, dribbles, rolls her way through on the spin move. That was an incredible shot. 3, 2, hucks it down the floor, caught and can't get it off in time. As that'll take us to the final quarter. A little scrappy under the basket. Oh baby, we are heating up in Kingsport, 52-46.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
52-46, we enter the final quarter of play between the Pioneers and the Bryan College Lions. Spartanburg Methodist, the underdog, leading against the storied, iconic, and longtime dominant Lions. Welcome back on the Southeast Sports Network into our final quarter of coverage. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, Frank Osborne with you for what promises to be a barn burner of a finish.
Yeah, this is the second 2-7 matchup that we've seen here today that seems to be going right down to the wire. Tennessee Wesleyan knocking off CIU earlier today on the men's side. Spartanburg Methodist trying to play Giant Slayer here on the women's side.
Push through, stolen. Here come the Lions. They'll set and Hall fires the 3-ball. Too much sauce. Put back, rolls over the front. They've got 48. We're within 4.
I feel like Olivia Hall was very quiet in that third quarter after exploding for 2 threes in the first half. They're going to need her to get going.
This is where Bryan just needs to, as a team, just pull together, realize their quality. They've done it all season. They don't need to lose that quality, lose that edge that has got them to second in the league now.
Bell is fouled on her way inside. She'll go to the line scoreless today after averaging 6 points per game this season. She only converted 8 of her 23 trips to the line this year. That's 34%.
Sheesh.
Yes.
9 of 25?
9 of 25.
It's the conference tournament, man. You got to expect the unexpected. Averages mean nothing here this week.
I love it. I live for it. She's on the board with the point. Rims out on the second.
That's closer to what she's been. Still a great defender, though. I love what she brings to the table.
Oh, it's great. Love to see her knock one down in one of the most clutch moments of her college basketball career, too.
The current matchup that we have now with her against Molly Brown is what I really thought we would see for most of this game, but maybe Coach Reed Whaling just trying to wait to pull out his ace until he absolutely needed to do so. So now we'll see how Molly Brown is able to play while being guarded against one of the best defenders in the conference.
Johnson picks up the foul. She's got 3, and SMC's got to hate to see that. She's a really important piece. Superb role player. We got a couple players in danger. So Autumn Davis has 4 fouls, 3 for Molly Brown, the leading scorer for Bryan's Lions. Destiny Middleton, she's got a clean sheet, baby. No fouls, 19 points.
They're going to get Zy Bell there for the foul. I thought she tied up Molly Brown initially, but already making her presence felt, saying hello.
That one was for Frank. Nobody knows what that means. 53-48. It's a soccer reference. 5-point game, 9 to go.
Zybel up to 3 fouls now, so it'll be interesting to see how she gets managed through the rest of the game, or if they're just going to trust her.
Off the window this goes.
I say you just got to let her go. You got to let her go. It's win or go home time. That's your best defender. You got to put her on their best offensive player and let her go.
3-point game, just 90 seconds into the final quarter. Pioneers Middleton. The gather step short.
Right now, Bryan helping way off those players for Spartanburg Methodist.
She's going to go the distance. Brown off the mark. Farrell puts it back. We're within 1.
That was created by Molly Brown pushing in transition. Someone has to stop the ball.
And that's a good time for a timeout. 53-52.
Molly Brown right now so effective, really getting out in transition. Spartanburg Methodist's best chance to slow her down is by being able to keep her away from running the break. Every time she's able to push the ball out in transition, either she's finishing or it opens up her teammates to be able to clean up after her on the glass. And that's where Bryan is so dangerous, getting out on the break and running.
Lorenzo, let's take a look at the bracket where we're at right now. This is a look at the women's basketball bracket for the AAC tournament. So Milligan and Pikeville will play tomorrow in game 1 of the semifinal. Game 2 features the winner of this versus the winner of our next game, the nightcap. By the way, pop some popcorn, put on something comfy, lean back and hang out with us all night. We'll be with you until we hit the Waffle House later on at about 2, maybe 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's time to bring the hashtag back. Hashtag AAC After Dark
Hey,
coming up.
Bust out the neon, baby. We got to put some lights up in here.
Yeah, I just heard they're having a lock-in here at the hotel. They're going to make sure everyone stays, see all the action.
Yep, no one leaves. No one leaves.
And if you're watching, get comfy because this could go the distance.
Trailer's got a dozen.
Spartanburg Methodist staying in that zone look. Bryan rather in that zone look. It's junked up the game for Spartanburg Methodist. Their offense has grounded to a halt.
Fires the three, and it's stuck on the elbow. Whoops. Thank you, hey.
Unsung Hero of the Day award.
There just
Some guy.
Yeah, there just hasn't been a ton of effective possessions for Spartanburg Methodist in this second half. Bryan's done a nice job of slowing them down. Pioneers have gotten to the rim. That's kept them alive a little bit offensively.
Down low, off the rip. 55-52, three-point game as we continue to go back and forth. Wilson and Gillen just came on for Johnson and Bell.
Molly Brown drawing two defenders now.
Yeah, you're not surprised, are you, though?
Not surprised at all, but the danger of that, if she's drawing two, then Alyssa Petty, who we've seen be able to attack those gaps, it frees her up to be able to really put pressure on the rim.
Brown's got 3 fouls.
Also, Zybell off the floor for Spartanburg Methodist. It's going to be Trailer drawing the assignment.
From the wing, 3-ball weak. Run down, absolutely mowed down.
Yeah, that was a big-time collision. Hopefully, Gilliam's all right.
I don't like the look of that. Hoping we get good news on her as medical staff making their way onto the floor. She was bowled over.
That would be such a tough loss. She's been very effective for Spartanburg Methodist.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Taking the foul after getting run down. Looks like Gillam's all right. Good news there. Or at least all right enough to walk off the floor, which is good news.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see her back.
And it's going to be Diamond Tatum coming in for her. And Tatum drawing Molly Brown. That has been the best matchup for Bryan against Brown.
Burrell, backdoor feed, off the glass. 1-point game again, 55-54. Spartanburg Methodist, I told you they would get hotter and hotter. Poker out of the fire hot down the stretch.
Yeah, that was a nice drop-off pass and a great finish. It's a 1-point game. Back and forth we go.
Middleton fouled as she's grabbed. It's a jump ball.
The Bryan bench have just erupted as if they've just been revived. Back to life. They're up for it now. We've seen the Spartanburg Methodist early on. Their bench was almost controlling the game. They've gone a bit quieter.
Now the energy is palpable here in Kingsport. You can tell Bryan, they feel like they're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Lions looking for their first lead of the second half. 6:40 to play in Kingsport.
Molly Brown directing traffic.
Molly knifes her way down low, and they've got the lead for the first time in the second half. She's up to 18 points.
Again, I tell you, I've got a ton of respect for Diamond Tatum, but that is such a tough matchup for her. The size and athleticism of Molly Brown on full display.
They need to get Zybell back on. Who cares if she fouls out? If you lose, this is your last game of the season anyway.
Spartanburg Methodist, their coldest stretch of the game so far right now. They've only scored 3 points in the last 4 minutes of play.
Yeah, I would say maybe even get Haley Traylor on him, just a bigger body. Oh!
3 ball as the shot clock sounds. And they'll create another possession, which is huge at this stage. 3 ball splashed home on cue. They get a 3 ball to go. Spartanburg Methodist back ahead for the moment, 58-56.
And my God, what a huge shot from Latavius Wilson there, knocking that one down. Not really known as a great long-range shooter, but stepping up.
On the drive, and after the call, she does knock it down.
Man, what a tough break, though. That was a shot that I think that she wanted in that corner. Unfortunate for them, the foul going on the floor. And it looks like they're going to change it to an offensive foul, and Spartanburg Methodist regains possession.
Well, that'll put Molly Brown up to 4 fouls if that's against her.
Hey, but you got to let her play. You got to let her go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you just can't make that change at this stage. It does give her a 4th foul, and that is massive.
I'm going at her if I'm Spartanburg Methodist. I'm going to make her defend.
I agree. If you get rid of her, if you can get her out of the game, that would be the difference.
If I'm Bryan, I'm hiding her in a corner somewhere, though.
Yeah, but you can see her on the drive trying to hide herself. She was pointing at her teammates to step up off the weak side and defend. So difficult, really, to handle when you have a player so involved like she is, now needing to navigate having 4 fouls. And it's a long time to have 4 fouls, too. This is 5 minutes and 20 seconds that she has to try to hang around.
Stinnett's absorbed 4 fouls as well for the Lions. In danger. Brown's got 4 fouls. Key contributors all over the floor in foul trouble for the Lions of Bryan College.
I mean, this sounds like a good old-fashioned tournament barn burner here. It's tough. It's been low-scoring, defensive-minded.
Yeah, I agree. Call the fire department. The barn is an inferno with 5 to play in Kingsport. A 4-point game. The Pioneers lead the dominant, historically just fantastic Bryan Lions from the Meadowview. The drive, Brown gets it to go. My goodness, she's unstoppable. 20 points for Molly.
It almost feels like deja vu. Every time she gets it, you just know it's going to happen, and the Pioneers can't stop it. She drops the shoulder, she runs as quick as she can into space and gets the shot away.
Yeah, every time Diamond Tatum's on her, she's going to attack the smaller defender.
Tatum fires. Too much. Gilliam has it pinball off to the corner, and it can't be kept alive.
The Pioneers should be doing everything they can to just run at Molly Brown. Find where she is and run at her. Even if she's not in your direct line of travel, make her. Get her out of this game if you're Spartanburg.
At the very least, switch the matchup. Naja Gilliam's back in the game. Good to see that. Put Naja Gilliam on Molly Brown. Again, I love the way that Diamond Tatum plays, but Molly Brown is just taking advantage of that matchup every time down the floor. You have to switch it.
She scored 8 points in the 4th quarter to put Bryan back into this game.
And almost exclusively against Diamond Tatum.
Brown from 2 steps back. It's a little too much sauce as it's hauled in. SMC Pioneers running the floor. Gilliam tries the running floater, can't get it. Bryan hauls it in. Lions, Brown knifing her way through traffic. Washing machine to the back door. Farrell off the glass, it goes.
Yeah, they're gonna get that call late for the offensive foul. How about 5 offensive fouls drawn by Haley Traylor?
Traylor is
was that against Molly Brown? It was against Molly Brown, yeah.
It is against Molly Brown. She's done.
That's huge. I mean, that could be the game. Molly Brown goes to the bench. The Bryan Lions, the superstar, ends her day with 5 points. But I'll tell you, we said at the beginning of the game, nobody has stood out and been the star for the Lions this season. You've changed my mind, Molly Brown. You're the new star for Bryan College. And what a performance, even though she does foul out.
8 of 19, 20 points from Molly Brown.
Unreal. That's what makes a superstar. You go to the tournament, you have to win to stay alive. Your chance to punch your ticket to the national tournament for the historic Bryan College on the line, 20 points.
So now the question for Bryan is, who's going to be the player that steps up into that role as the lead dog and carries them the rest of the way? 3 minutes and 38 seconds left. Who's going to be the one?
Molly Brown scored 8 of their 12 points in this 4th quarter so far. They've got to carry it another 3.5 minutes. They trail by 2. Good floater to the back door, wide open on the baseline.
That was a great pass, but how about that great Gortat screen by KD Farrell clearing out the baseline?
Back on the front court, we're deadlocked at 60 apiece.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. We're in the championship rounds, folks.
You just sense the nervousness.
From the mid-post, it rattles out, and the foul. Pioneers headed to the line.
How about the nerve, the audacity of Crystal Johnson to take a turnaround, Jay. Faking one way, pulling up, drawing the foul.
How was that again?
Faking one way.
Johnson's got 8 points. Short. This season, at the line, 76%.
Now the margins are razor thin at this point in the game. You have to take advantage of your attempts at the free throw line.
Got it. 1-point game, Lions a chance to get the lead back on this trip down the floor.
Still doing our job, giving them the lead, but now Bryan a chance to take the lead with the bucket.
Katie Farrell got us started. This is Davis now. Stinnett and Davis both with 4 fouls as well. The drive back outside, rotating, a handoff, knifes her way through and goes down hard with a call. There it is. She's going to foul out.
Is that another foul won by Haley Traylor?
6 drawn offensive fouls by Haley Traylor, absolutely selling out, putting her body on the line for her team.
The Lions lose Autumn Davis, who's been so efficient all game long, and she's going to be replaced on the floor by Graham. That's a huge loss. That's even bigger because you already had Molly Brown foul out.
Bryan now running out of options offensively, but they still have a chance if they can get a stop here.
Middleton rotates straight away across to the wing. Wilson, 2 minutes, 22 seconds to go. Entry feed, back outside, lots of space. Gilly a little too much sauce, 61-60.
Yeah, she had a great open look from 3. I'm sure she'll want to have that one back.
Baseline, Graham, almost stolen, tipped away, and couldn't be gathered by Crystal Johnson, who's got 9 points.
What I love about this point in games, players that normally wouldn't even think twice about taking jumpers, they're going to hesitate a little bit. They don't want to be the ones to miss shots down the stretch. Who's going to have the audacity to take those shots?
Bryan Farrell. To extend the lead to 4, it's too much. Hauled in by Traylor, who is able to wrestle it away. Here come the SMC Pioneers. They're leading by 1 point.
Well, and for the Pioneers, they've got 5 seniors. They don't want their season to be over like
Traylor fired the shot, regathered down low, and one! From underneath the basket, Crystal Johnson's got 11 points. She's headed to the line.
Crashing the offensive glass is Crystal Johnson, able to clean up the mess that Haley Traylor provided. Big time bucket, and Bryan now with so much of their offense on the bench, who's going to be the person that gets the ball down the stretch for them? I would imagine it's going to be some combination of Alyssa Petty and KD Farrell.
How about the butter on that roll?
Maybe some syrup on the waffle, right?
97 seconds to go. To the front court, long pitch across. Harassed outside, and we get the call.
Yeah, you can't be over-aggressive defending on the perimeter, especially when the opposing team's in the bonus. Right now down the stretch, both teams in the bonus.
Have to make this if you're Bryan. These aren't the chances you can throw away when it's this tight. Your season's about to end.
The first goes at the line, one of the most important free throws she's ever going to hit in her life.
That's no exaggeration either.
64-61 becomes 64-62 as she's perfect at the line and hits both.
The Spartanburg Methodist fans jumping up and down behind.
Pioneers down the floor to Johnson. The fader off the window won't go. Farrell running the floor, hits the E-break. Here come the Bryan Lions with 80 seconds to play. To the wing, uncorks the three ball and finds the bottom of the net. 65-64, Bryan Lions.
Oh, wow. That's a ticky-tack foul. I cannot lie. I'm not a fan of that call. I know there was some contact over there on the right side. Leah Stinnett going up, trying to slow down.
And Leah Stinnett fouls out as well.
Trailer, yeah, I don't really like that foul call. I don't like that call one bit. Especially off of the turning point. They just hit a three-pointer. You got to let them decide it on the court. I'm really not a fan of that call. Not a fan of that call at all.
Ooh, medals off the top.
Man, I'm really not a fan of that
say
call.
It. You can say
I'm really not a fan of that call.
Ball don't lie.
You're a fan of it.
You have to let them decide it on the floor. Refs got to take themselves out of it.
Trailer.
Yeah, you don't want the refs to make it about them.
We are deadlocked at 65.
Now, luckily for Bryan, she split the pair. It's back to a tie game, but I don't know. I don't know about that one.
It's loud in Kingsport. Teed up. Played across to the corner. She's going to drive and knifes her way through off the baseline. Too much sauce. They fight their way out of there. Here come the Pioneers with less than a minute to play. Deadlocked at 65. Slotted from behind. An easy call against the Lions.
Hey, so if we call that one over there on the right side, a lot of contact on the drive against Alyssa Petty.
KD Farrell shouting, no, no, don't foul, don't foul. The message is clear.
Yeah, I would say the Bryan fans have a case, man. I don't know, man.
Trailer. Yes.
That's tough. That's tough. There was a lot of contact. Alyssa Petty made a nice move to evade the defender off the hop step. She hit the deck. It seemed like the defender dropped her arms. Man, that's so tough. Margin's so thin.
Trailer's got 17 points. It's a 2-point, one-possession advantage for Spartanburg Methodist. Welcome to the AAC tournament, a barn burner between Bryan and SMC if you're just joining us. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, and Frank Osborne as this will go the other way. Bryan's coach is furious. Woo! He can't believe it. He's letting the official have it.
Man. I think you got a case, man.
I've just seen a Pikeville player in a full leg brace and 2 crutches get up to suggest that the referee's decision was correct there.
Ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. Bryan College fans, you got a case, man. I don't know.
Hold that thought. 35 seconds on the clock. A one-possession game. SMC's Pioneers from the front court. Trailer, who's got 17 points. Burning clock, doing some professional time wasting here. Back across, down to the wing. SMC from the straightaway to the wing. Holding on to it. Gilliam leaves it off. Middleton fires. 3 balls short. Bryan's got it. 15 seconds. Shot clock off. Lions, Farrell down the floor. A dozen seconds. Now 10. Pitch to the corner. Drives. 8 seconds. The collision into her knee as play is stopped. 8.5 seconds on the clock.
Woo! Is this crazy or what, man?
Welcome to the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center.
Wow. Action fast-paced everywhere. Alyssa Petty a chance to calm things down and help tie the game up. A lot of pressure on these free throws.
No.
Biggest free throws of her life, Alyssa Petty, a freshman. She's been solid all year long. Gotta knock this one down.
Petty gets it. 1-point
They've
game.
got to get the turnover quick.
Timeout well taken. Welcome to the chaos.
I think almost everybody here wants Spartanburg to see this out. I've just seen Reinhardt players celebrate the missed free throw.
Woo! I mean, everyone's cheering on for the upset. The biggest key for this one, if you are Spartanburg Methodist, keep the ball out of the corner. You cannot end up in that coffin corner and put yourself into some deep trouble. On the other end, if you're Bryan, you got to go for the steal off the inbound first. You don't want to foul immediately. I say go for the steal. You've been effective at forcing turnovers all year long. See if you can do it again. Man, what a great game, though. What a great game.
This is as good as it gets. This is why we come to Kingsport. This is what we look for in the Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament. And yet again, it has delivered. Thrilled to have you along for the ride. And we're going to have a red-hot finish, I promise you.
Hey, and our man on the Hawks with a great song right here for the moment. I got to give it to him.
We've got some Eminem bumping.
It has come down to the wire. 8.5 left. Again, keep the ball out the corner if you're Spartanburg Methodist. You have so much runway to get free.
Wilson delivers, trailer, 7 seconds, fouled on the front court by Farrell.
So
good job, good job.
That was good, that was good. You want to try to see if you can force the turnover. If you can't, get as quick a foul as you can. Now put the onus on Haley Traylor to try to finish it at the free throw line.
She's been so good from this position, though.
89% this season.
Man.
And she misses one of the biggest of her career. She's got 17 points.
Yeah, as a senior, she's almost playing to guarantee she gets one more game in her career.
You gotta hit it.
A lot of pressure.
Trailer misses both. Bryan Lions have it. Timeout, 6.3 seconds on the clock.
I think every single Bryan player all turned around and made the timeout sign there.
And it's good to see that they were in alignment with the rule that I normally make in these situations. I think off the make, you have to push. Off the miss, you got to call timeout. You got to call timeout off the miss. Advance the ball and try to get your ball in the hands of your best player. Right now, your best player is on the bench. The next person to step up in her steed is going to be Alyssa Petty. Get Alyssa Petty the ball and allow her to get downhill.
Barn burner on SESN as this has come down to the wire.
If you're Bryan, are you risking going for a three-pointer or are you just playing safer? Below 6 seconds, you might not have a choice.
No such thing as playing safe. You got to get the ball in the hands of your best player. The best player on the floor is going to be Alyssa Petty.
Or Katie Farrell. We spoke about her before the game.
That's true. Get them involved in some action. I would at least allow Alyssa Petty to have the ball and make the decision. Let her get downhill. Force the defense to either converge and open up a shooter or allow Alyssa Petty to get right to the cup. But you got to give number 6 the chance to finish this one off.
Lions. Onto the floor, Farrell on the elbow, down low, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, fires, got it! 2 seconds on the clock, Bryan leads, 68-67.
Wow. Yeah, I said Alyssa Petty. Well, how about Kaylin Walls? Walls had 13 before that one. 2 biggest points of the game there for Walls. She's the second leading scorer for Bryan.
Now they just need to defend.
Gotta get a stop.
This is classic Bryan College Lions in the tournament. This is almost how you could script it going for this program. They are notorious for finding ways to come back in miraculous fashion. They have the pieces, they have the history, they have the confidence. They do it year in and year out.
This has been an absolute heart stopper. I mean, how about Molly Brown carrying their offense for long stretches in this game, fouling out with 2 minutes remaining, Leah Stinnett then fouling out for Bryan, and somehow the Bryan Lions have the lead with 2 seconds left.
I'm going to be honest, if Bryan see this out, I'm not sure Molly Brown will care that she's fouled out. But this is the moment. 5 seniors in the Spartanburg squad playing to continue their careers.
Got to shoot immediately. Wilson to the corner, Trailer knifes her way through for the 2 ball. Oh, the bench, she got it! She got it! Spartanburg Methodist College College wins. Spartanburg Methodist College wins the buzzer beater. SMC's Pioneers have won. They advance to the semifinal against the winner of Game 8 on Day 2. What a victory by Spartanburg Methodist College in the Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament on SCSN.
Haley Taylor, you are... Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament legend.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What a game.
What a finish.
What a game. Don't ask me for final thoughts. I don't have final thoughts, Gabe.
Do you think that Haley Traylor is the player of the game?
I think she's the player of the game, to say the least. Player of the week. I don't care what happens the rest of the week.
Wow. That was nuts.
My Lord.
That was nuts.
What a game.
69-68 the final. You're not going to get a better finish than that.
What a game.
A buzzer beater to advance for SMC's Pioneers. As we're going to meet our player of the game in just a moment. Congratulations. Just an unbelievable victory. That's as good as it's going to get. I mean, nobody can believe it. We're still buzzing in here. We got a man down on the broadcast crew. Congratulations to the SMC Pioneers, who are making history in Kingsport, Tennessee. And I'm going to send it to Frank.
I'm Frank Osborne. Amidst the celebration joined by Haley Traylor. First of all, wow, talk us through it. Buzzer beater to keep your college career going, really.
Man, I give all the glory to God, and I give all the glory to my teammates, man. I missed those 2 free throws. I get on myself when I miss free throws. When I came in that huddle, nobody was mad at me. Nobody was lost belief in me, but they all told me I got it, and they trusted me at the end, and I give all the glory and praise to the Most High.
And with 2 seconds to go, your collegiate career looked like it was over. You fought well. What was said at the timeout? What was said that inspired you?
Man, my coach told us that it's not over. We work on that over and over again every day in practice, and we get ready and we prepare for those moments, so we was ready in the big moment.
And I feel like you got fouled so many times, got charged at over and over again. Your team was so physical throughout. Is that something that you pride yourself on as a team?
Yeah, I mean, all throughout the year, it's a lot of calls that we feel like we should have got, but all those games, it prepared us for this moment right here, and I thought the officials did a great job calling the game both ways. But we were very physical, and we were prepared for the moment.
And you're the number 7 ranked team beating number 2. Does that suggest you can take anyone now?
Oh yeah, it's game time now. We ready.
And Johnson or Reinhardt, is there someone you'd rather have? You've struggled against them both in season. Is there someone you'd rather have?
Whoever we got next, we're gonna be ready.
Go celebrate with your team. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you to Haley Traylor for joining us on SCSN for the interview, and Frank Osborne for his great work. Congratulations to Traylor and the Pioneers of Spartanburg Methodist. For the whole crew, the buzzer beater, and the teams, all the fans, I'm Gabriel Stry signing off. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live and are copyright material. Today's game will be archived and available for replay inside of the app or platform where you viewed it. This has been a presentation of Stry Media and the Southeast Sports Network. Your final score, 69-68.
What if you could have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.